Alterac Valley Free Shaman. This list is 100% cold-hearted, and that's why I've actually just named this list The Grinch. Full disclosure, I ripped this list off. I got it from No Hands Gamer. If you're not familiar with No Hands, he is an America's GM, very, very good player, and he hit rank 1 legend with this list early on in the Alterac Valley expansion. It looked like a fun list to play, so I wanted to pick it up myself and give it a try. And I really do have a lot of fun playing this list. I don't know if it's because it's a new archetype or it has so many of the new cards in it, but it is really fun. I enjoy it. And if you can piece this list together, you should definitely play it if you're looking to have some fun. And the list appears to be pretty strong. Taking a quick look, some of the new cards included in here: Wind Chill, freeze a minion, draw a card. Card draw, always welcome in Shaman. Bolner, repeat battle cries. We're going to have a lot of battle cry minions in here. Frostbite, also a new card, deal 3, honorable kill. Your opponent's next spell costs 2 more. This can be really valuable if you can get the honorable kill, time it for when you think your opponent might use a board clear or, a card draw mechanic, something that can really disrupt your opponent's game plan. Depending on what you expect your opponent to do and how powerful it's going to be, you actually might want to use this Frostbite on your own minion to be able to get the honorable kill, just to make sure that they can't pull off some type of combo or big play. When you do that and why is going to depend on what you're playing against. Sleepbreaker, new elemental, add a Wind Chill card to your hand, which is back to this card. Freeze a minion, draw a card. Cheaty Snowball, man. This guy right here actually is cheaty. After an enemy is frozen, deal 3 damage to it. So it interacts with Wind Chill, and it's going to interact with the elementals that are summoned from Wildpaw Cavern. When you think about the Wildpaw Cavern, the 3-4 with a Cheaty Snowball on board, when that 3-4 gets to attack, you could actually think about it as like a 6-4. The Cheaty Snowball can just be shooting out extra damage. Cheaty Snowball also going to have extra synergy with the Snowfall Guardian. Battlecry, freeze all other minions, gain 1/1. If there's a lot of minions on board, minions on your side, minions on your opponent's side, playing this guy, you can get a really, really big minion, and then you freeze all the minions on your opponent's side of the board. It's going to make it a lot harder to remove this. Also, in combo with Bolner, Bolner could repeat that battle cry, and then you could have 2 big minions on the board, although everything would be frozen at the time. Also important to note here, talking about freezing, Cheaty Snowballed. After an enemy is frozen, deal 3 damage. This means if we freeze our own board, the Cheaty Snowball does not damage our board. It's only going to damage the opponent's board. And it could also add extra damage to the opponent's face if you're able to hit freeze effects against their face. Wildpaw Cavern, really just a disgustingly strong card. You think about what this is: end of your turn, summon a 3-4, and that's 4 mana. So typically a 3-4 is going to be 3 mana. That's just kind of how cards are designed in Hearthstone. So you think about, at the end of your turn, you get a 3-4. So you're putting a 3-4 in play for 4 mana. We're overpaying by 1 mana this turn. But then we get a free 3-4 next turn and the turn after. It's really strong. This card is great. We actually want to keep this in the mulligan, and in almost every situation, I think if I had the coin, I would coin this out on turn 3. It's just so good, and the freeze effect is just icing on the top of the cake. Battleground Battlemaster included in the deck in case we get that big Snowfall Guardian. Allow it to hit twice, potentially a game finisher, but only 1 copy. And then getting into the high end of the deck, Barren Glacier. Each spell you cast this game, summon a 3-4 elemental that freezes. Again, that's going to have some cheaty snowballed effects that could be used with it. And typically, you're going to get several 3-4s out of this. And we're also including Brewcon of the Elements, hero card, call upon the power of 2 elements. If you haven't seen those, they actually make it a bit more challenging to be able to find out what they are. But the fire hero power deals 6 damage to the enemy hero. The water hero power heals 6 to all friendly characters. The earth hero power summons 2/2/3 taunts. And the lightning hero power, I think it's called, deals 2 damage to all opposing minions. So you play this card, you get to pick 2 effects to play immediately, and then this effect actually changes at the end of each turn, a la Dr. Boom. So that's the list. We are going to get into some gameplay. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. If you're interested in this list, the deck code is going to be in the comments. You may have to hit the show more button in order to be able to see it, but it is going to be there. If it's not there, make sure you hit me up in the comments and I will get it up forthwith. First game against a warrior. I haven't played against too many warriors recently, and the ones that I have played against are actually playing Quest Warrior from the previous expansion. I don't think we want any of these. Really looking for Wild Paw Cavern, Cage Match Custodian, and Sleep Breaker, I think. Interesting. Barren Glacier. I always have a lot of fun at the beginning of a new Hearthstone expansion. It is Quest Warrior. Feels like the early days of a new expansion are marked by people playing bad decks poorly. So we can go... I mean, we'll be able to stick the Bolner if we play it right now. And we might even be able to protect it with Sleep Breakers and Wind Chills. Let's just go ahead and get this guy down. Might cause him to panic. I think the only way he could clear this is if he has a 1-mana minion and Shiver Me Timbers, or Shiver They Timbers, or whatever that card is called. Shiver Thy Timbers. Bolner doesn't look like his timbers get shivered all that easily, though. This dude looks like serious business, man. He looks like he's got a plan to take over the world. Okay. Here's a cage match, so we can actually draw a weapon. We'd be able to draw both weapons. It thins our deck. We can draw both weapons and then freeze the minion. So we'll be able to draw 3 cards this turn, and we'll be able to protect Bolner. Turn 3, he could play the 3/4, buff his weapon attack to 3. He still wouldn't be able to remove Bolner, so I think we just draw our 3 cards here. Gonna freeze you. So next turn we'll be able to clean this up. Snowfall Guardian should be really good in this matchup. He's going to want minions on the board, we're going to want minions on the board. We're going to be able to freeze everything. We can protect Bolner for another turn. We'll be able to have 2 huge minions, and unless he runs like a surprise brawl, it should just be game ending. Okay. Wild Paw Cavern is just so good. Honorable Kill doesn't really do anything here. This warrior list isn't going to be trying to play a spell on 4 anyway. I don't think we really care about that. We could play Sleep Breaker and freeze both of these to try to set up a bigger Snowfall Guardian and protect Bolner. I think that's actually going to be the play. Play Sleep Breaker. We'll get 2 Wind Chills, freeze both of these to try to get the bigger Snowfall Guardian.
I must ponder.
Or we could trade and take smaller minions. But I think we want the biggest minions we can get. So we'll make that happen. And I'm not really concerned about the armor. TD Snowballed here. Potentially really strong. So he could play, what is it, Sword Eater to get the 3 attack weapon and kill Bolner. But I think we're still just going to play the Snowfall Guardian. If he can't kill Bolner, again, we're just going to have... Okay. Yep, that makes sense. So I'm going to play the Snowfall Guardian, and then I'm not going to attack with these. That way they'll unfreeze next turn. We're going to be able to get a lot of 3/4s when we play Barren Glacier. And we're going to have a Cheaty Snowball in hand for the following turn. So we're just going to keep to the we're going to keep to the plan here. 8/8 in play. You can see our minions unfreeze. If we had attacked, these would be frozen for the following turn. Wind Shiver. Okay. So, we're going to make some trades now, and I think we're actually just going to Wild Paw Cavern. Let's see. Trade. Wild Paw Cavern.
I must ponder.
And Sleep Breaker. Could even just equip the weapon and make an additional trade. Maybe that's the play. And then we're going to set up for Barren Glacier the following turn. Trade like this. Play the Wild Paw. And make this trade. We're expecting him to be able to complete part 2 of the quest. He's going to shoot 2 cannonballs. We're going to have a big board on turn 7. It's going to summon 3 3/4s. And you can actually see that on the card here in parentheses. That way you don't have to track how many frost spells you've actually played. But we're going to be able to go wide 3 3/4s, and then we're going to summon an additional one at the end of the turn. And then we've got Cheaty Snowball to add extra damage. It's going to be a lot of damage. Also on the following turn we can get a Wind Chill, which would be an additional 3 damage from the Cheaty. Sniper. That's unfortunate. I would have liked to take some damage to face to be able to keep the minion on board, but it's fine. He's likely going to be completing the quest next turn. Snowfall Guardian with a Cheaty Snowballed on the board can potentially be a clear. We're just going to get down the Barren Glacier here. We're going to keep to the plan. Actually reduce Snowfall Guardian. It's a really good board for us here. Alright, so he's going to complete the quest and play it. How much damage is this? If all these go for 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 30, and he's at 35. So it's actually lethal. 35 on the board, plus the 2 frostbites will be 36. So you can see the power of Cheaty Snowballed here.
Kneel to the Ice Queen.
Deal 3 to the face, and deal 3 to the face. Easy claps, baby. Sneaky lethal. Cheaty Snowballed is cheat! That last game was very, very satisfying. When I'm playing a deck, I'm trying to learn both sides of the matchup. And what I mean by that is, just thinking about the last game, we want to keep, definitely Cage Match. Are we keeping Sleep Breaker here is the question. Against the Shaman, it's probably some type of freeze. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'm trying to learn both sides of the matchup. And so what I mean by that is I'm playing my deck, but I'm also attempting to learn what it's like to play against my deck. And thinking about that last game, our opponent... I'm going to save the coin. Our opponent didn't respect the 3/4 freezes and the Cheaty Snowballed. Yeah, we want to get a minion out here. And so in my mind, I'm kind of putting those 3/4 elementals that freeze and the Cheaty Snowballed combo. In my mind, I'm kind of placing that in the Arbor Up compartment. You know, if those are on the board and it's later in the game, it's potentially just a blowout win. So if you think about you're playing against the Druid and they have a lot of small tokens on the board, you really have to respect the potential that they could just blow you out of the game. And our opponent didn't respect it and we were able to win. So I try to keep that in mind. This is looking like a free Shaman that we're playing against. So as the game goes on and we get later in the game, I'm going to want to make sure that I have respect for his minions that can freeze, just to make sure that the same thing does not happen to me. I think I want to start getting out... Assuming their list is anything like ours, there's not really any AoE until you get down to Brucon. I think going wide and using frost spells is going to be good early. We could even coin out Barren Glacier on 6. Question is, we want to try to make stuff cheaper with the weapon. And I don't think so. Minions on the board just seem really valuable. At least right now. And we can try to find the... Try to find a cheaty snowball, perhaps. So, one minor misplay, or one misplay there, that I wish I hadn't done. I wish I would have played the wind chill from the Sleep Breaker. Now he has information about my hand. He knows that I still have a wind chill in hand. It's kind of a small thing, but it can make a big difference, you know, maybe in some other matchups. See, he played that one. I have no information about his hand. Faster. Let's go Gavel Sleepbreaker. Could draw cards, but we only draw one. Just gonna take some value trades here and try to stay wide on the board. Right now he only summons one elemental. Can play both wind chills next turn. Get it up to 3. No Wild Paw Cavern in this game. It's unfortunate. He just traded this. I wonder if that means he's playing 2. GD Snowballed. So we play the Snowballed, and both wind chills this turn, coin Glacier on the next turn, and we've got a lot of damage on board that he's forced to deal with. And we're also cycling cards here. That one. This one. That lets us push damage phase. Also, Battle Master potentially going to be a lot of extra damage here. Okay. So, if he has Brilliant Macaw, potentially be in trouble. Maybe we can just freeze this though, right? We play this, and we get a wind chill, I think. Hold off on the Barren Glacier, we'll be able to summon an extra. Just don't want to take damage off of this, I think.
I must ponder.
Things could get really out of control here if we're not careful. And I kind of want to save the coin in case I need to use it for Instructor Fireheart. If he has Brilliant Macaw, this is going to happen again.
Swiftly.
So we'll freeze that, draw another card. And, oh, we drew an additional wind chill. That's good. So that's going to, if he's able to repeat this effect, we'll be able to freeze at least one of them. See what he's got. Yep. So it happens again, but this takes 3 damage, and we'll actually be able to kill it with this wind chill. An interesting matchup. Alright, my next spell costs 2 more. It's a Wild Paw. Go ahead and do this. Ooh, that was a really good hit for that. So, I mean, we just do this, and this thing dies, thanks to Cheaty Snowballed. This card is cheat. And And then we'll just play the Wild Paw Cavern. So really, he needs second Snowfall or second Macaw. Otherwise, we're just going to be in a position where we win the game. He has it. Wow, man, what a good draw for him. That is so unfortunate. Olner. So we're pretty much on Instructor Fireheart. No Snowfall Guardians for us. Look at that, only 12 cards left in our deck. We haven't hit a single Snowfall Guardian. And look at what our opponent's doing to us.
Never be afraid of your inner power.
Perpetual Flame. Doesn't do anything, does it? It overloads us for 1, but we get to see another spell. Oh, wow. Man, I misclicked. I needed to shoot like this, and then it just keeps going off. That's really bad. Man, that's bad. Really, really unfortunate there with the misclick. We could just be dead here. Unfortunate, but it does happen. Well, that's an interesting card. We're actually not totally dead. It's also crazy. And we also can't hit a Snowfall Guardian to save our life. So unfortunate. There's not a whole lot we can do here either. Yeah, so that's just a loss. We're going to concede out of this game. The misclick, I don't know if we would have been able to win that game, but the misclick on Snowball Fight definitely may have cost me. That's just super, super unfortunate. Super unfortunate, but it happens. And, you know, mentally I talk a lot about the mental side of the game. Misclicks are going to happen, misplays are going to happen. I try not to get too excited about any one thing. Unfortunately, that's kind of a poor way to end the video, but this is the end of the video. We live to fight another day. I really like this deck. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think you would enjoy it too. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Hit me up with any comments. Feel free to laugh at me and make fun of me ad nauseum in the comment section for my misclick. But, yep, there it is. Thanks for watching. Good luck out on the ladder.